Here I did a ground mounted system. Usually you're going to want to point directly south and also get the ideal angle. If you have a fixed angle like I do here, you do need to check your location. First, we'll start off with this exterior junction box, and this is where we're going to install a GFCI outlet with an in-use cover. And then back to this 4x4 junction box, which is on the inside and right on the other side of that exterior junction box. Then I'm going to wire up 12-2 Romex and start to wire it to a 4x4 metal box here, which will house 2 duplex outlets right at the workbench. Then I'm going to run the same 12-2 up to the front of the shed to 2 light switches, one for an exterior light and one for interior lights, 2 different lamp holder locations. Then we'll run the pieces of Romex 2 different lines, one to a Pancake box, which will go to the exterior light, and then the other side going to these 2 different junction boxes, which will be wired up just with simple lamp holders. So we'll just wire that up and then move to the exterior side, where I'm going to install a simple motion detecting security light, so I get some light if there's people moving around outside the shed. Now on the exterior, we'll just finish that up and then get our mounting screws in place. Not forgetting that you just get those started, especially when you have these in-use covers, because you gotta slide them on and then you'll go ahead and tighten all your screws and get everything buttoned up to complete the wiring side of this solar powered shed. Then I just brought those 2 panels in series, so that's gonna add up the voltages and keep the current the same. Brought those then into some MC4 connectors into a custom built PVC junction box, and then I ran my 3/4 inch PVC through the ground 20 feet over to the edge of the shed. Then at the corner of the shed, right next to the GFCI outlet that we talked about, I brought an LB fitting in. Now this LB fitting gives me nice access, so I could easily pull my 10 gauge THHN conductors, 2 of them, and then feed those inside the shed. Then on the inside, it's a pretty slick little setup. We just have an EcoFlow Delta 2. Now this portable power station has 1 kilowatt hour worth of battery capacity and then 1800 watts of output. It has a nice little display here. It's showing that I'm putting out 45 watts right now. My panels, since it's getting later in the day and they're getting blocked by some trees, are putting in 0 watts, so we're not bringing anything in, and we have 80% of the battery capacity. Now it all tucks right in this corner, but you'll see here is where the AC cord comes in. That is what we're passing to that junction box and then out to the line side of the GFCI. This is what's powering the shed. And I have this EcoFlow Delta 2 set where it's always providing AC power all the time. So that motion sensing exterior light will always pick up if somebody is walking by. Now there are drawbacks to that, which we'll touch on in a second. And then I have this adapter cable that goes to that custom PVC junction box, 2 MC4 connectors, and then that's how we're bringing our solar in. So everything's contained to this one corner where I can kind of just tuck it out of the way, and it doesn't take up any room within the shed and super convenient. But one common question is, how the heck do you know if those panels are gonna meet your need? How much power that's gonna produce? How do you know if this overall portable power station is gonna have the power output and battery capacity for your needs? So let's do a little whiteboard session to help you work that out for your own installation.